Hello everyone. May 19th is the anniversary of Swami Kriyananda's birthday, and we have just finished dedicating the Moksha Mandir, which is the final resting place for his body, and is a place that will be a spot of pilgrimage for people for decades, perhaps centuries to come. People will come there to meditate, to feel the expansion of the grounds, the expansion of the building itself, but most important, the expansion, the joy, and the love of Swami Kriyananda. His life was such a testament of bringing divine qualities into this world. I would say that there are a couple of aspects in his life that are the most important to me. And I was with him, as was Devi, for our whole adult life for more than 45 years. But the qualities that were most important to me was his constant caring and kindness and love for everyone around him. Yes, he was a genius on so many levels, and he accomplished so many things. But the more important thing was that he was a channel for divine love, because his accomplishments, to a certain extent, had people look at him and say, oh, how wonderful he is. His love made them feel that they were accepted, cared for, and their lives were changed. We heard a story just a week ago of a man who was not a very deep devotee. He had a little bit of interest in the spiritual path. But he met Swami Kriyananda, and after that he cried for a week because his heart had opened up so much just from that brief contact. And so that was the most important thing. But the other aspect is that Swami didn't channel just a human love. Human love alone, personal love alone, can't accomplish what we saw, the miracles that we saw in his life. He defined himself as a devotee, as a disciple of Paramahansa Yogananda, and that was the core of his life. So he channeled love, he channeled kindness, but it wasn't ego-generated. It was divine love, divine kindness that was an extension of that which Yogananda also channeled. And by being a point of light for the universal light, a point of love for the universal love, they had the power to change lives and, in fact, to uplift the whole world. So on this, his birthday, it is very good, yes, to remember him, but more to emulate him. So let's, as Jesus said, love one another. And as Master said, when I am gone, only love can take my place. Let's be a channel for that divine love to everyone we meet.
Hello. In Swamiji's wonderful autobiography, The New Path, in the first chapter, when he talks about his coming into this world and his childhood, he mentions, there's a sentence that always struck me with so much depth and power. He said, I believe I came into this world fully myself. What does that mean? It means he came into this world self-aware. He came into this world with a great amount of inner realization, self-realization, developed from other lifetimes. But then he went on to say later in that chapter, but I realized that the role I wanted to play in this lifetime, the way I felt I would be the most effective in helping other people, was just to be their friend, not to be a great exalted teacher or a author, a writer, composer, all these things he did, of course. But as Jyotish was saying, the most powerful thing he did, and the role that he felt was the most spiritually helpful to others, and that I believe he felt the most comfortable in, was simply to be people's divine friend. And Jyotish and I had the remarkable blessing, for which I am grateful for every day, of spending a great deal of time with Swami, traveling with him around the world, watching him interact with people. And just as the children's song he wrote, all the world was his friend. Whatever culture, and he was blessed with great linguistic ability. We watched him in Europe speaking warm, colloquial German with one devotee, French with another devotee, Italian, all in the course of, one right after the other, sequentially. And because all the world was his friend, and people felt that. They felt exalted by that kind of friendship that is personal to some extent, but to a much larger extent, just God's love flowing to us. And in fact, most of Swami's letters that he wrote to people, offering them counsel or guidance, his salutation, or his closing, I should say, was always in divine friendship. And in fact, we've published a book of his letters, collected letters, called just that, In Divine Friendship. And so, as we celebrate his birthday, the day will come when all of us who knew Swami, we will be with him no more. We will be with you no more. Hopefully we will be with him. In fact, one of the last times we were with Swami, he was saying, well, I won't be around much longer. And then he looked at us and he said, and you're getting on too. You won't be around much longer either. And I thought, well, that's good news. And I look forward to that. But for all of us who knew him will one day be gone. And then the next generation and the next generation will have to be representatives of that beautiful quality of divine friendship. And so, in closing, the best way we can celebrate Swamiji's birthday, May 19th, the best way we can be channels for what he brought into this world, is to offer him the gift to others of that quality of divine friendship that he lived, that he modeled for us, that he imbued within us. And if each of us, it's like a beautiful torch of divine light and love that's handed from one generation to the next generation, on and on and on, until the whole world is filled with that light of divine friendship and love. So, happy birthday to each of us, because the soul that is Swami Kriyananda is cosmically present now and can be reached within our own hearts when we attune to that vibration of divine love and divine friendship. Joy to you.